Rod with True Boxing Heads here with the man of the night so far, man. Javier Pitbull Rodriguez, man, you just scored a spectacular knockout over a game and awkward opponent, you know, who was pretty slick and kind of in survival mode. But when the knockout happened, man, the crowd went crazy and it just, the place exploded, man. What was going through your head? How did you feel at that moment?
Just stay calm, man, composed. I wasn't sure if he was going to get up or not.
Yeah.
But once I saw him just there, the referee waved out the fight, you know. I'm not going to celebrate too early, like I said. You know, there's no belt around my waist, but it felt good to get a knockout finally.
Yeah, definitely, man. And it kind of paid off. We know that you kind of had some back and forth, like we spoke about before. You're going to have some opponents fall out, and it was things kind of happened last minute. You didn't know if you were going to fight. Yeah. And you got your last fight canceled as well. So how satisfying was it to finally get a fight and get a victory like that?
I mean, it was real, you know, real good. You know, it was a great feeling. We weren't sure how this guy fought. You know, after the first round, he was awkward. You know, throwing with his elbow, coming in with his head. He was real slick. You know, every now and then going forward and backward. You know, but they would say he had a style like Mayweather, but nobody could be Mayweather. You know what I mean? But I mean, it was a great, you know, a great fight. Came out victorious, thank God. And the knockout just came, you know, within time.
All right, and one observation I did see was that you were trying to set up the left hook because that's what's open with the Mayweather defense, and you were trying to pin the arm down that was in the sling, you know, the low hand. So is that something that you were doing? You were kind of figuring that out because he was kind of a puzzle.
Yeah, you know, going into the 5th round, my trainer told me, just set up your left hook, you know, set up your jab. He's gonna come in with his head forward, and he's gonna drop his hands. You know, that's where you go with the left hook. So I mean, you know, he caught me with a 1-2 combination, boom, boom. He got happy. He's like, ooh, ooh. And he did it again. He hit my gloves, and that 3rd time I knew he was gonna throw it, but drop his hands at the same time. So that's where I just leaned with the left hook, and I caught him. And it was all timed.
Yeah, that's good educational stuff because, you know, people, casual fans, they really don't know that you guys are thinking in there. You guys are solving a puzzle and you're setting things up, and you set it up beautifully with that left hand that finished the show. But moving on to you know, the weight, we know that you were coming in and you're typically a bantamweight or a junior featherweight. But how did you feel in there, man? How did it feel to take punches and hit a guy that much bigger?
You know, he was a little bit stronger than me. You know, he came in. You know, I'm pretty sure he came in heavy. I know he had trouble making 126, so I know that wasn't his weight. So you know, he came in at 126.2. We let the fight go. We didn't charge nothing or anything. So I know he probably fights at 130. Right now he's probably like 138 or something. But, you know, going into the fight, I mean, you know, I knew he was going to be stronger. I just tried to keep my composure, stick to the game plan, and thank God it ended the way it did.
Okay, and one thing that you were on the swing bout, but it paid off because you actually got the thing came out on national TV, Fox Sports, man. So that kind of sent you some extra jitters going into the ring.
Yeah, you know, it was a little thing because I haven't been, you know, on TV since my first fight. You know, down in the Valley, I got lucky. I came out on TV. I came out with a draw. But I mean, this was just to show people that, you know, I'm capable of doing, you know, what I'm in the sport of doing. You know, like you said, it's not, people don't think that you're thinking in there, but you're actually thinking and trying to score punches at the same time. So I mean, it was good exposure for me, and hopefully I come back stronger in the next fight. Hopefully late March or early March.
Yeah, definitely. And your last fight, you showed a lot of improvement with the punch variety. And this fight, you kind of exhibited that you can kind of solve things and kind of set things up for a tricky opponent that's kind of being more defensive than anything. But moving on to your weight, are you gonna drop back down still?
Oh, yeah, go back down to 118 maybe or 122, fight around there. This ain't my weight, man. You know, he was real strong. He was stronger than me. I'm not gonna say he wasn't. I probably won't ever fight at 126 again. Probably go down to 122. You know, get there, and if it's a title shot, go down to 118.
Everything's kind of off your shoulders. Is there any last words now that it's all over?
I thank everybody, you know, the boxing fans, the boxing world, Leha Batah Promotion, Golden Boy Promotion, Robert Diaz, True Boxing Heads, like always. You know,
I appreciate it, bro.
With the news and boxing. My friends and family, you know, my sponsors, AJ's Barbershop, Raul Machuca, Wolverine, they just sponsored me like a week ago. You know, they're working with me, so you know, I want to thank everybody, and hopefully come back in the next month or 2.